Welcome, animal lovers. You're watching Beyond the Zoo Life, the channel that takes you outside the exhibits and deep into the lives of animals as they truly are. Today, we're exploring North America to count down the top 5 weirdest and most fascinating animals found on the continent. Let's kick things off with the first animal on our list. The first animal on the list is star-nosed mole. The star-nosed mole is a small, nearly blind mammal that has somehow evolved what scientists consider the most sensitive touch organ ever recorded in any animal on Earth. It lives underground in total darkness, hunts underwater in winter, and processes sensory information so fast it operates at the physical speed limit of neurons. It weighs less than 3 ounces. The star surrounding its snout contains 100,000 nerve endings, more than 5 times the number in an entire human hand, compressed into an area roughly the size of a fingertip. That star is made of 22 fleshy appendages in constant motion, and it substitutes entirely for eyes. The mole isn't using it to smell, it's using it to see, through touch, at extraordinary speed. It can identify, grab, and consume prey in under 1/4 of a second. This is nearly as fast as its brain can process the information. The decision of whether something is edible takes 8 milliseconds, approaching the physiological limit of how fast a neuron can fire. It holds the Guinness World Record for fastest eating mammal. The animal it beats for that title doesn't exist. It also eats the equivalent of more than half its own body weight every single day. Unlike every other mole species, it can smell underwater. It does this by blowing 5 to 10 air bubbles per second onto objects, then immediately inhaling those same bubbles back to capture the scent molecules trapped inside. Scientists had never documented any mammal doing this before. It may also detect faint electrical fields from its prey, a capability otherwise known only in the platypus. The star is neurologically organized in the same way a high-resolution visual system is. As the mole moves through its environment, it shifts the star to reposition its tactile fovea on areas of interest, exactly the way human eyes move when reading a page. Evolution appears to have built a functional eye out of skin. More than half the mole's brain is dedicated to processing information from the star, even though the star itself is only about 10% of the animal's size. Neuroscientists studying it have found that with the right cellular stain, the brain map is physically visible to the naked eye. Each of the 22 rays has its own distinct stripe in the cortex. It swims under ice in winter, digs tunnels that open directly underwater, and has evolved twice the lung capacity of other moles to support it. It is active every hour of every day, year-round, in conditions that shut down most other small mammals entirely. Early naturalists who first encountered it assumed the star was a parasite, a deformity. Something had gone wrong with this animal. What had actually happened was the opposite. Something had gone extraordinarily right, and it took 2 centuries of neuroscience to understand what. That's all about the star-nosed mole. Let's move towards our second animal. The second animal on the list is axolotl. The axolotl is a salamander that never grows up. Every other amphibian on Earth transforms. Tadpole becomes frog, larva becomes newt. The axolotl skips the entire process, keeping its feathery gills and juvenile body for life. Scientists call this neoteny. It is the least interesting thing about it. It can regenerate almost any body part: brain, heart, jaws, limbs, lungs, spinal cord, skin, and tail. Not scar over them. Rebuild them completely, structurally, functionally. When a limb is lost, cells proliferate throughout the entire body, including the uninjured limbs. The whole animal mobilizes. Humans have the same genes, the same fibroblasts. When we injure an arm, those cells produce collagen and form a scar. In the axolotl, the same cells receive a different signal and grow a skeleton instead. The machinery exists in us. It simply isn't listening. Axolotls are estimated to be over 1,000 times more resistant to cancer than mammals. They exist in a single location on Earth, the lake complex of Xochimilco, just south of Mexico City. In 1998, there were 6,000 axolotls per square kilometer in that system. Today, there are 35. The animal that may hold the key to human regenerative medicine is being killed by runoff from a city it has lived beside for 10,000 years. The axolotl never learned to grow up. We may not have given it enough time. That's all about the axolotls. Let's move towards our third animal. The third animal on the list is sea lamprey. The sea lamprey has no jaw. Instead, it has a circular suction cup mouth, wider than its own head, ringed with concentric rows of sharp teeth spiraling inward toward a rasping, toothed tongue. It locks onto a living fish, drills through scales and skin, and secretes a chemical that prevents the blood from clotting. One lamprey kills roughly 40 pounds of fish every year. Lampreys have existed for over 360 million years. They were here before the dinosaurs. Fossil lampreys look essentially identical to the ones alive today. The design worked so completely that nothing needed changing. Larvae hatch in freshwater streams, burrow blind into the silt, and spend years as eyeless, toothless filter feeders. Then they transform. They grow eyes, circular mouths, and rows of hooked teeth. They migrate to the ocean, find a host, and attach. After 12 to 18 months of feeding, they return to freshwater, spawn, and die. The entire adult life exists for two purposes. Before the sea lamprey invasion of the Great Lakes, the US and Canada harvested around 15 million pounds of lake trout annually. By the early 1960s, that catch had fallen to approximately 300,000 pounds, about 2% of the previous average. A fishery that sustained communities for generations collapsed within a generation. Lampreys diverged from the vertebrate tree 450 to 500 million years ago and evolved a completely separate adaptive immune system, one that achieves the same goals as ours through entirely different molecular machinery. Science. The discovery rewrote assumptions about the origins of immunity itself. It has no jaw, no bones, no paired fins. It predates every named vertebrate on Earth. And it is still here. That's all about the sea lamprey. Let's move towards our fourth animal. The fourth animal on the list is Virginia opossum. The Virginia opossum is North America's only marsupial. It has a rat-like tail, a pointed snout, and a face that has launched 1,000 wildlife removal calls. It is also, biologically speaking, remarkable in ways that have nothing to do with how it looks. Opossums are immune to the venom of eastern and western diamondback rattlesnakes, copperheads, and cottonmouth moccasins. Scientists have isolated the specific peptide in their blood responsible for this immunity and tested it against multiple venomous species. The mice that received it showed no signs of envenomation. Researchers believe it could form the basis of a universal antivenom. Around 94,000 people die from snake bites each year. The animal most people treat as a nuisance may be the one that saves them. Their body temperature runs low enough that the rabies virus cannot survive in their system. They consume more than 90% of the ticks that feed on them, up to 5,000 in a single season. When cornered, the opossum does not fight or flee. Its nervous system shuts it down completely. The body goes rigid, breathing and heart rate plummet. The mouth hangs open, tongue lolling out, foul-smelling fluids discharging to simulate decay. This state can last from minutes to several hours. It is not a performance. It is an involuntary physiological response, the body's own last resort. On an island off the coast of Georgia, isolated from predators for thousands of years, one opossum population evolved lifespans up to 50% longer than mainland opossums. Without anything trying to kill them, the biology simply changed. The opossum survives by being ignored, underestimated, and left for dead. It has been doing this for 70 million years. That's all about the Virginia opossum. Let's move towards our last animal. The last animal on the list is nine-banded armadillo. The nine-banded armadillo is the only mammal on Earth with a bony exterior shell. It is also, despite that shell, almost entirely defenseless. It cannot roll into a ball, it cannot outrun most predators, and when startled, its instinct is to leap straight up into the air. On open roads, this kills it. The jump that evolved to surprise a predator launches it directly into the undercarriage of passing vehicles. It is one of the most common roadkill animals in the American South. To cross a river, it has two options: inflate its intestines with air and float across, or hold its breath for up to 6 minutes and walk along the bottom. It uses whichever suits the situation. Nine-banded armadillos are the only vertebrates known to routinely produce identical quadruplets. Every litter, always 4, always the same sex, always from a single fertilized egg that splits into quarters. They even share one placenta in the womb. Other than humans, nine-banded armadillos are the only natural hosts of Mycobacterium leprae, the bacterium that causes leprosy. They acquired it from humans sometime in the last few centuries, after European contact. It then spread back. Strains traced to armadillos account for up to 64% of all leprosy cases now seen in the United States. Because the bacterium cannot be grown in a lab, armadillos have become the primary model for studying leprosy pathogenesis and nerve damage worldwide. A disease that humans gave to an animal came back as the only tool we have to fight it. The armadillo has been expanding its range northward for over a century. One study projects it may eventually reach Massachusetts. It will get there slowly, wandering in erratic patterns, snout to the ground, largely oblivious to everything watching it. That's all about the nine-banded armadillo. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content.